Ever heard about the word, should I say the word, a statement that I'm entitled to my opinion? Does that ring a bell? Of course it does. What's up everyone? My name is Pajay Haykins. Welcome to my space. A space where thoughts flow freely and minds expand. Let's get the ball rolling. Have you ever heard about the word, should I say the word, a statement that I'm entitled to my opinion? Does that ring a bell? Of course it does. Like, we've all said that before and we still keep on saying it. Everyone is entitled to his or her opinion, which is right if you have to look at it in some context. But in another context, if you have to look at it, it is somewhat bad or somewhat wrong. Let me put it that way. Because I would like to go with the with what Mark Manson said. Mark Manson once said, opinions are assholes. Everyone has got one, like everyone has an opinion, but most of it are full of shit. And that's just a fact. I agree with him 100%. Now in this video I will be sharing two stories. One personal story which is about my experience, and the second story, the one I heard online, regarding opinion. You being careful of like the kind of opinion you listen to, the people you seek for their opinion on crucial matters of your life. So talking about my own experience, let's dive into it. My experience, I remember when I got out of secondary school, I wanted to get into the tertiary institution. And in this part of the world, Nigeria, you are going to obtain a JAMB form or UTME form, or whatever they call it now. So I obtained that form, and the person handling that for me happens to be my family friend, like an elder brother in the hood. And aside from the fact that he was an elder brother in the hood, he was like a family because we came from the same town. So it's somebody I'm very familiar with. So when I was about to like fill the form, or when I think that was before I obtained the form, like we were just having a conversation, and he asked me what would I study. I replied to him that I would like to study computer science or computer engineering. And why I chose that time was because of the fact that I think that era was like the, let me say, pre-digital era, the era of Skype, the era of Yahoo Messenger. Google is like very active at that point in time and things like that. So I like it was like computer engineering was the hot thing then. Let me just put it that way. So it's something I would like to like do, even though I don't think I'm tech savvy. Even up until now, I don't think I'm a tech savvy person. But it's some because of the fact that it was trending that time and it was something that people wanted to do at that point in time. So that's the reason why I chose computer science or computer engineering. So when I was having a conversation with the person was like, "Why would you have to choose computer engineering? Why don't you do medicine? Like, I believe you're a brilliant person. Why don't you do something that will like challenge your cognitive abilities? Why do you have to choose computer science?" Is the person sees computer science or computer engineering course as mild, like nothing serious, not that deep, something like that. So the person, we got into this conversation, and this conversation was a long conversation. And he told me the bright side of medicine. If I study medicine, what I will benefit from it and things like that. I'll be able to like own my own hospital, do my own thing. And he said a lot of things that I like actually enjoyed the conversation, and I learned a lot of things from it. Like I was able to see from his perspective, which is not a bad one. So I finished the conversation and I felt like, wow, I think I would like to go for medicine. I think I will change my mind. So a few days after, I ponder on his opinion, on his perspective regarding what I should study. And I thought about it like, instead of me listening to him, why don't I seek for another person's opinion? And this time around, someone that knows, like someone that belongs to that kind of field. It's not necessarily a doctor or a physician, but someone that is in the medical science department, like the medical science field, like that has the core knowledge, or like it could be able to like share, like give me an opinion from an informed perspective. So, and I thought about it. I remember my secondary school teacher. I don't want to mention his name. I would have loved to, but I don't think he wants to be involved in this kind of drama. So I went to his house. His house was now far from where I live at that time. So I went to his house and seek for his opinion. So and I asked him like, what do you think? Can I study medicine? What is medicine all about? Is it a good thing for me to study medicine? So, and we delve into this conversation, like long conversation. He told me a lot of things about medicine. He said, if you want to study medicine, your parents should be like financially capable of doing that. Their financial resources needs to be like top notch. So he said, if they don't have money, you have to suffer. Like you have to go through a lot of stress. Where you need money to cover up for you, you have to put in your energy. So it will be very stressful for you and things like that. That you're going to suffer. You don't have money. And he said some things regarding my daily habit too. That does it pertain to someone that will like study medicine? He asked me those questions and shared his insights with me. So when we're done the conversation, I thanked him and went back home. So getting back home, I don't know, maybe it's the conversation I had with him, or probably the fact that I just want to study computer science at that point in time. Maybe it's what changed my mind to like ended up studying computer engineering instead of choosing medicine. Maybe it was that was what changed my mind. I can't really say for a fact, but I can't change the fact that the conversation I had with him like kind of broadened my perspective and let me see something. Let me see the situation from an informed point of view. So I ended up studying computer engineering, and my tertiary institution education was a bit complicated, so I don't want to go into that now. And by the way, this teacher of mine that I went to seek for his opinion was my biology and chemistry teacher while in high school. So you can see the reason why I went ahead to like seek for his advice, because of the fact that he studied something that's related to the medical field. So he's not just a regular person that studied any other subject or any other course in school to just go and seek for his opinion. It's something that I know his opinion would actually count regarding the medicine or computer engineering course matter. So that's why I had to go to him. So now the second story I want to share is something I heard online. I heard someone told this story. He said someone he knows very close to him was into business. I think the business was it was a bakery business or something like that. So the business was actually not, at that point in time, the business was not booming, it was not flourishing. So she went ahead to consult a financial analyst regarding her business. That this is my business, this is what's happening in my business, what should I do? The financial analyst told her to, you know what, sell this business, sell everything, and all of its proceeds, use it to invest in another business. Just make sure you sell this business. This business cannot work. The chances of it working is like very low. So she left the person and decided to go to meet her pastor for advice. You know what our pastor told her? Our pastor told her that dry bones shall rise again, affliction shall never rise again, something like that. That you should have faith in God. The business will work out. I think months or years down the line, the business went bankrupt. Imagine this kind of situation. If she had listened to the financial analyst, which is forming an opinion from an informed point of view, opinion that is based on data, based on statistics, based on numbers, based on his area of expertise, he would have still be able to part away with the money of the business, like the proceeds and the money of the business at that point in time. But now the business went bankrupt and she was unable to gain nothing from the business. Like everything crashed. Why? Because she listened to a pastor that is not like a financial analyst. He doesn't have that area of expertise. The pastor shared his opinion based on what he believes or based on what he knows. Based on the fact that, in this part of the world, we like to over spiritualize things that, things that has to do with practical knowledge. You have to like over spiritualize it. So that's what this pastor is coming from, that emotional or sentimental point of view. Imagine she had listened to the financial analyst, she will be good. So this begs the question of, everybody has an opinion, like what Mark Manson said, but most of it are full of shit. Opinions are hassles. Like an average person on the street has an opinion on everything. Even in this digital age, you see online. Sometimes you're online, you argue with someone, and later on you go and check the person's profile, you might realize that, wow, this person is a kid. Like compared to mine, I'm not saying kids shouldn't, like people young at people in a certain type of generation shouldn't argue with the next generation, but sometimes the person doesn't even have an idea, have a clue of what you're talking about, or what you're talking about is above his like pay grade or above his level, but he or she will still drop an opinion because you have access to phone, you have access to data, you have access to smartphone device, which is not a bad thing. Having that access to that thing is not a bad thing, because what I'm doing now, I'm doing content creation now. I'm doing it because of the fact that I have access to phone and internet. I don't have to go to a radio station or a TV station to talk. Like probably 15 years ago, I would have to like go to a station, pay for an airtime before I can do this. But now I can just create my platform, just create a YouTube channel like I'm doing now, or a Facebook channel, or anywhere, TikTok, and start talking. And from there, you get popular, you get known for your opinion, for your perspective, and you start making money off it. So the gatekeepers are, affording enough, which is a beautiful thing. But there's the other side of it, which is what I'm saying now, like opinions. People share opinions anyhow. You need, before you form an opinion, you need to be like careful before you just give people opinion, because people are listening to you and people are taking it serious. Sometimes you might just feel like, you know what, I'm just a regular guy in my streets, but trust me, there are people listening to you, paying attention to you sometimes when you talk. So don't just form an opinion based on what you just feel. Like, ain't nobody care about what you feel. Like, share an opinion based on data, based on reality, based on what is substantial, not just what you know at surface value. If you don't have an idea about this, like, shut the F up. You don't have to talk. You need to have fewer opinions. You don't have to talk on everything. It's not compulsory for you to talk on anything. Like, keep quiet. So you need to have like few opinions. And if you want to like share your opinion on things, you need to make sure you're coming from an informed perspective. So there's this saying that you are entitled to your opinion, but not your own fact. And what does this mean? What is an opinion? You can have an opinion about me now, like this guy. This guy is so proud of himself, or probably this guy is so arrogant. I've seen someone say something like that. Of course, I'm not arrogant, but I'm not the one to tell you. You can form that opinion yourself. I can't. I don't see myself as being arrogant. I see myself as being confident. But you can see, I might come up as being arrogant to you sometimes. It's your opinion about me, and you are entitled to it, which is normal. But what is the fact about me? The fact is that I'm a black person. I have a red lips. That's the fact. You can't take that away. I'm a writer. I write online. That's the fact. If I say I'm a writer, I have stuff I've written online. I can show you the proof. That's the fact. So that's fact. That's opinion. You can't change fact. You can't bend fact. I'm a black man. You can't change me to a yellow person, except you go and get me a bleaching cream or anything like that. But even that, it will take a process for me to get that to that level. And people will still come up and say, you know what, this guy was actually black before he turned yellow or turned another complexion. So you need to realize all these things, that you can't change facts, and opinion shouldn't be something you should just form anyhow. Opinion should be backed up with like evidence, data, or something substantial. You shouldn't just say your opinion because you just feel like you are entitled to your opinion. I don't this no this statement is something that when I hear something like that, I cringe at it because of the fact that people have abused it. Of course, you can have any opinion, and of course, doesn't mean your opinion should be right. I'm not talking about being right. I'm just talking about being sensible. You don't just come to a table of of discussion and just feel like, I just want to say anything because it's my opinion. Your opinion needs to be like, you need to come from an informed point of view. Yeah. So the takeaway from today's video is all about, you should be careful of who you seek their opinion. You should be careful of you forming an opinion too. You should make sure the opinion you are forming is based on data, is rooted in experience, is based on statistics and all that. So, and that's all for today's message. So I want you to share this message, like share it to everyone, share it to your loved ones, your family, your frenemies, share it to everybody. My name is Pajay Haykins. Alligator. See you all later. So don't forget to like this video if you enjoy this message. Subscribe, follow, click the notification bell so you get notified each time I drop new content like this.